How's it going? This is Billy Keels with Keep on Cash Flow. I want to thank you for joining me in this video. I want to talk to you about why planning for your financial goals and being able to stay consistent with that is pretty similar to changing seasons. Hopefully you can see that in the background, but in the background I have there's a Pyrenees there. You can start to see that some of the snow is melting. And why is that important? Well, I'm here with my wife and kids. We decided to come up, spend the spring break time together. We were going to go skiing. But because we're right in that kind of crazy season, and there's still some snow, but it's melted, and now everything is pretty much, melting. So I guess it made me start to think about, I had some time when we were there in the flat, and it made me think a lot about financial goals. And as you go through different seasons of change, it's pretty similar to what you could be experiencing in your own life. And I'm drawing on a lot of the different personal experience that I've had from my early 20s into my 40s now, and then also thinking about the conversations that I am having with people that are up to their 70s at this point. And I wanted to reflect on that, and I wanted to share that with you because, once again, one of the things we want to do here at Keep On is continue to share experiences with you so that you can be in the best possible position and be in control of your financial, today and as well as your financial future. And I guess, like I said, it made me think about early. So for those of you that are in your 20s, you're going to experience an evolution. I mean, I think about when I was coming out of college, I had more than $65,000 worth of debt. I was completely strapped, and I was fortunate enough to have a job, but at that point in my 20s, what I was really thinking about was everything, thinking about what you can do to reduce the debt. And for those of you that are coming out of college nowadays, I mean, you probably have twice that amount of debt. But my whole focus was paying down the debt on my college loans, getting, once I had the job, and then making sure that I could, just survive, right? I mean, it was a survival mode, but I was fortunate enough, came out of college, was working a great job, and was able to focus on paying down the debt. Towards the end of that time, I was able to start to put into the company's 401k plan. I was able to get into a Roth IRA because I wasn't making that much money, but I was, wanted to get into saving. And that was the 20s, right? And then, for those of you that are going through now, I mean, you may be going through your 30s and, you're starting to pay some of that debt down. You're able to invest even more in the 401k. And you are probably getting to that point now where you're just starting to be in your corporate role and you're thinking about how you can get that next pay raise and that, climb the next step to be able to earn more income. And as you're earning more income, you're probably also buying nicer things, right? So that this is the point in your life when you're starting to increase your income and probably your expenses. And that's great. And you're putting more money into your 401k plan. You're starting to pay down more of the debt. And then you're going to get into a point where you're in your 40s, and especially for those corporate soldiers that are out there, those of you that are working, or if you're working today in the corporate world and you're in your 40s, your earning income is improving even more. You're probably in the the middle tier or the upper tier of your company, making a big impact. And as it relates to your finances, you're probably earning even more money, and you're putting even more money into that 401k. And I guess I was doing pretty much the same thing until I came across real assets, right, and real estate. And that has now started to change, because not only is it about, I got tired of having the conversations with my boss at the end of the year and doing the right things. And the bosses have the best of intentions, but it's just, all the hard work and all the hard effort, and you get did you get a 2% raise this year? Because if you did, you probably felt, wow, that was amazing. And you helped to generate or do whatever. You did the best that you could, and your boss was probably doing everything that they could to help you. And you got a 2% raise. So I don't know if that's great for you, but and if it is, great. And if you're looking for other ways to improve more revenue, there are definitely lots of ways out there to be able to do that. So, but like I said, I got into a point where I thought, well, let me go out and look for other opportunities. And so fortunately I was able to find real estate. And although I would continue to put more capital towards investing plans, that more and more capital started to move to the real assets, and that was what it was about. And so you may be in a very similar situation, and as you're there, you probably are starting to also think, well, what else is beyond that, and people that I'm starting to talk to a lot nowadays that are in their 50s and beyond, it seems that the thing is very similar to what my mindset is now, can you create predictable streams of income, so that, I've been through 2 market crashes, so I got tired of watching my portfolio increase and then it decreased, and then you have to wait more time. And as I talk to people that are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, they're not really wanting to wait. You may not want to wait for another market downturn. You want to start to be able to forecast your income and look for new ways to do that. And there are lots of ways. I've talked about in the past about the different asset classes that are available. You can look into invest in businesses, you can look into invest in commodities and real assets or in paper assets, and with a goal of being able to produce a predictable income. I was even talking to someone last week who's just almost at retirement age. They're going to start to have to take the required minimum distributions for their 401k. And back stateside, and they said to me over and over, I wish I would have thought about creating predictable streams of income beyond my savings account. Pretty much 98% of their portfolio was in the market, and so whether you're looking at those 4 asset classes to create streams of revenue for you, it's very similar to the changing seasons of your life, right? When you're going through your 20s, you're focused on one thing, and in your 30s and another, in your 40s and your 50s and beyond, it's just like the 4 seasons of change. So, there is no one size fits all, but what I wanted to do is, because I had some extra time in our flat, because it's not warm enough or it's not cold enough to go skiing, I just wanted to share that with you, especially for those of you that have the opportunity. When you can look for new ways to create predictable streams of income, take your time, learn, study about them, ask questions, because it's going to definitely do a lot more for you when you're in your mid to late 40s and even beyond that. Because predictable streams of income are, trust me, they make you not have to worry about what you're going to do the next day, and you can forecast your income, or you can understand exactly what's going to be coming in moving forward. So I wanted to share that with you because I want to continue to give you new opportunities or things to think about so that you can create the best possible financial future for yourself and financial present. So I know a lot of you have started to pick up the phone. You've started sending me emails. So I would say for those of you who would like to do that, please feel free to click the link that's here in the video, or you can even write me directly to billy@keeponcashflow.com. I'd love to speak to you about what we're doing here at Keep on Cashflow, and also give you some ideas that you could be doing for yourself and your children or your grandchildren for that matter. So so like I said, seasons of change is just like life. And this is Billy Keels. That's my 2 cents for today. And as always, hasta la próxima.